All right, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Let's just post this on our app. Good morning, ICXCO. How you doing? Dusty, how you doing? Who is making money, guys, off our Bitcoin short? Wow, the market, hey? Market. Fast, easy. What is up, guys? Blue collar traders, how you doing? Sup, new here, tuned in late last night when the excitement started. Like the TA, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. I probably haven't slept all night because I was looking at the market the whole time. I was really scared we were going to bounce, honestly. I didn't think we were, but, you know, when you're talking about a 40x leverage trade, you can't just be sleeping all sound and daisy, right? So hope you guys are having an awesome morning here. Top of the hour with the New York chaos opening. Not too much chaos, not too much manipulation. You know what? I'll be honest, guys. I thought we were going to push up to, I don't want to jinx myself either, but I really thought New York was going to manipulate up to 92.2. And I'm going to tell you guys why. Because this was the break of trend. You were 80x. Exactly. Yeah. So there you go. Anyways, this was the break of trend, guys, 92.2. Now, we did have a huge downtrend here. Obviously, we have New York dumping. But I thought New York would open up, manipulate, pump all the way here, and dump. That did not happen. What happened was we hit the top of the downtrend on the 15-minute. You know, the London session really did nothing, right? So if we're looking at the London session right here following AMD, New York kind of manipulated. Not really. Kind of. But we did hit the top of said channel right here. I was going to say push to 92.4. I was worried. Yeah, I didn't want to sleep. I knew I didn't have to worry about London, but I knew I had to worry about New York, but I guess not. So if I seem a bit loopy or tired, it is because I was protecting my 40x trade all night. So for the most part here, we can see Bitcoin is just selling off, guys, 89. And I don't want to go and put 59K or 80K. I don't want to be clickbait, all right? I got yelled at on the live before for being clickbait. But anyways, we're real here. We already hit 89K, right? Now, here's the thing I want to show you guys right here. Bitcoin has not dropped yet, okay? Why? Because look at the 3-day time frame. This is just the start of a massive sell-off and a massive crash. And if you guys got in a trade last night where we were kind of looking at, fam, this thing is going to completely sell off. And now you're drawing a real channel, a new channel. So here's the idea. The 21 RSI needs to catch up. The 18-hour RSI needs to catch up. The 8-hour RSI is just starting to touch the bottom. When I tell you guys this market is going to sell off, this market is going to absolutely sell off. And we knew that last night, right? So if we look at our liquidity gaps right here, guys, I'm not going to tell you guys Bitcoin is going to, 69K tonight or 87K today. Right now, we're going to deal with what we are dealing with. And what we're dealing with at the moment is we're dealing with 89.8. This should be the bottom in the shorter term. Is it going to be the bottom? I don't believe so. But we do have support right here. I believe we're going to smash through that support because this is the continuation of a downtrend, okay? So now what we're looking at right here, we're already trying to break it like butter, and it's 9:10 a.m. and we know we're dumping for the whole day. So we might bounce off that 89. Good morning, James. Where would I take profit? 89.8? I don't know. I don't know. I would set a stop loss and profit. I'll be honest with you. My take profit on Bitcoin, $89.8 would be a good take profit. Yes, it definitely would. 89K would be a good take profit. Obviously, you're bouncing here in the shorter term. But I'll be honest with you guys, my take profit would probably be 87 to 84. I even would look at a take profit around 84K because now what we're doing is we're creating a downtrend. So I have a lot of stuff here. It looks like absolutely chaos. And I want to show you guys these levels I'm looking at. We are bouncing at 89.8 though. So if you want to make money right away, 89.8 is the play, okay? And you can see we're bouncing off of it, but you can see we're also dropping for the next daily candle here and so on and so forth. So here's the uptrend on Bitcoin right here. And that is about 89K. 89K is where I would be getting out if you guys didn't want to ride this trade anymore, okay? I'd probably be getting around 89K. Alan, how you doing? Good morning, CJ, DV, James. Because now you're going to see Bitcoin's running up here. Personally, for me, guys, I'd probably be getting out about 89K to about 88.9. That would be a good area for me to get out because if you look right here, we are bouncing up in the shorter term, but we also broke this uptrend. Now, keep in mind, this uptrend, we broke it and we already technically back tested. Again, this will bounce up, right? So you're going to get buys in this area. You're bouncing off of a major equilibrium. You're bouncing off of a major support, all of that jazz. Now, personally, for me, I'm going to hold this because we broke. And this is just buy orders coming in. But we are definitely going a lot lower. The idea here is we're going to dump through the 18-hour close. That means we are going to drop for 2 hours and 46 minutes. And again, this 8-hour is just looking brutal. So we had a 4-hour close. No, sorry, we didn't even have the 4-hour close yet, guys. So the 4-hour close is probably going to be a little bit of a fake out candle. And what is our target down here? 88.8 to 89. That is probably where I'd be getting out. But I can see this going all the way down to 80K or even 84K today or tomorrow, as long as we break that area right there, okay? But if you are on high leverage trades, like I recommended, you guys need to know what profit you're going to take, okay? Personally, for me, I'm okay making a certain amount of profit. Like you can't be greedy in this market, okay? You can't. But do I think Bitcoin's going to go to 84? Yes, I do. So as long as everything's lining up on the 3-day, we're kosher here. This is just going to drop like butter once we break that area. Okay? Woke up to all my trades liquidated, but made it all back with SPX. Stop loss and profit is always good. Four-hour fair value gap at 86.6. Yep, you're right. You're right. We do have a fair value gap at 86. And it is actually a big fair value gap. If you go look right here. Guys, if you guys are making money on Beast Limitless trading, 444 in the comment section below. There's not really anybody on YouTube right now. Everybody's battening the hatches, right? So again, we bounced off this area right here, guys, but it's not going to hold. It is way too weak to – this is a weak low, okay? So we are just going to break this. Now, 87 to 86, I would not be greedy, especially if you're on 40x trade like I am. That point, I would not be greedy. But if you're looking at the channel, guys, and we take our channel from here to here, this is now the downtrend, okay? I want everybody to keep in mind that this is the downtrend. So I don't want to be clickbaity, but Bitcoin could hypothetically even drop to 80K today, and over the next couple days, 69K or lower. And why? Because we hit the top of the weekly and we back tested the weekly channel, right? We looked at this on the live yesterday. Here's the back test of said weekly channel. All right here. And that means Bitcoin is essentially in no man's land, right? So there will be buys though. Absolutely there will be buys. Like you don't just have a quick drop without buy. Well, you can, but definitely there will be buys. Something you also want to look at, guys, right here is Bitcoin has actually broken and back tested this support from 2021. Why is this important? Everybody pay attention to this right here. The reason this is important, guys, is because look at this support, okay? From 2021, we broke it, we back tested the channel, macro downtrend, and now we back tested support of 2021. That is one of the biggest sell indicators I've ever seen from 2021. How many years is that? 6 years? 5 years? Okay. So we are definitely not just quick dropping. This is going to be catastrophic if anybody is holding crypto in longs, whatever it is, right? So we'll see. Maybe we drop down to 80K today. I have no idea. We'll see what the hour closes. But again, my bottom here will be 88.9 to 89 in the short term. If you want to hold a trade for a couple days, make 20, 30, 40 grand, that is up to you. But please set your stop loss in profit. Guys, if you're up 10K, 20K on high leverage trades, don't be greedy. Like there's always going to be more in this market. Okay, I've said my piece there. Let's look at total 3. Yeah, no, fake out. Michael Chapman, how you doing, fam? Thank you for coming on the live. Winning Wave, thank you. James, thank you. Guys, you guys are awesome. Legends. I appreciate you guys for coming on the live. Again, let's line up our 3-day. Where, you know, again, signs, facts, we ignore them when things break out. Double top on total 3, guys. Like, I chose to ignore this, and luckily I found out really quick that we were flipping bearish, because I swear if I told everybody to long at 95, 94, I would have felt like an idiot. Actually, I did. I did, and I got stopped out, so I had to relook at the chart, and then everybody crushed the shorts. But luckily it was before the drop. But again, guys, look at total 3 right here. Easily becoming my favorite crypto channel. James, I appreciate you, man. Look at total 3 here, guys. We have a double top. And this double top is, again, a macro, right? So let's take this low from right here to right here. And here we go again, guys. We broke. Everything is back testing the macro channel. This is... You get the point. Okay, it broke. So that means that total 3 is probably gonna drop all the way down to down here, but this is even a week low. Yeah, so this is even a week low here, guys, at $7.99. Like if you're looking at the 3-day realistically, I would say total 3 is going to come down to 701. And where's the double top neckline here? That's around 600. There's no fair value gap after that. Goldie, good morning. Smash that like button, guys. Let's run up the like button. Even here, if you look at your RSI, back tested the RSI on the weekly on total 3. So there are telltale signs here, guys, that we are not just gonna drop a bit, that we are absolutely gonna sell off. Of course, in the shorter term, there are gonna be buys. Okay, so keep that in mind, guys. All right. We'll see what this 4-hour candle does here. And again, before the 18-hour candle, that is when you're going to see more swift sell action around that 18-hour candle, because the 18-hour and the daily needs to catch up to this RSI, to the bottom of the RSI. Same with the daily, right? So now, luckily, Bitcoin gave us some signs, and there was some bearish dive, right? So, oh, New York might be manipulating now. There was no manipulation earlier, but we got some manipulation now for sure. Personally, for me, as long as we are below 91.3, I'm okay, because I got in way up here. And as long as we're below this trend line, I'm okay. Argil, thank you for coming on the live, brother. I was short since BTC touched 94K, which is weekly and monthly fair value gap. Yep, MC Pogs, you're right. You're right 100%. If you look at the monthly fair value gap right here, you are retracing the red, which creates a massive short block of shorts stopping the longs. But you are at the bottom of the channel, guys, so that is the thing too. You already broke this, so I'm not worried about this, which is great because I shorted inside of this channel. So if people want to hold a trade, if you're not at 40x and then you could hold the range and wait for a bigger drop. Or you could take profit right here, which isn't really a bad thing. Or you could even take profit right now. You can definitely see New York manipulating. I'll tell you that right now. New York is definitely manipulating. I wouldn't even call this manipulation, actually, because you bounced off this area right here. So that is pretty easy to see, which is about 89.8. And I'm going to draw my 15-minute time frame here, which is my channel, which is the downtrend channel, just in case New York wants to be wiki, if you will. So we did bounce off that low right here, which would be our short-term channel. And you can see that obviously New York is pushing up here. So here's my thing, guys, with this particular channel. I could see New York pushing up to around 90,009 and continue back down. Now, if we break out of this channel, I'm probably going to get out. That is a pretty big downtrend here, which would be about 91.1 to 99. But this is definitely a manipulation candle for sure. The manipulation wasn't even right here, it was right here. So now we're getting manipulation into the hour of the close. But here is my out marker pretty much. If it breaks 91.1, I'm out. This is going to be the continuation of the downtrend. I'm going to keep it on Bitcoin right now because I want to see what we're doing here. We range maybe sideways and then continue back down. We also got a 15-minute candle closing in about 5 minutes here. So keep that in mind. This is a 15-minute candle. If you do look at your 15-minute, you do have bullish dive and you are oversold. But if you're looking at your macro, it depends how you guys are trading, right? A lot of people would get scared and they would say, well, we're pumping. Yeah, if you're looking at the 5-minute and the 15-minute. But if you know your downtrend and where your downtrend is, you're actually just retracing inside of the channel. So for me, I'm not going to exit a trade until we actually break said channel. But this actually would have been a really good area to get out and re-enter. The tough thing for me is about re-entering here with the 40x in the top of the trend line. It's a bit risky, so yeah, we're probably gonna play the top of this channel right here. Let's see. So the MACD is pushing down in the 1 hour. The 4 hour, the MACD is coming right down. 18-hour MACD is coming down. 8-hour time frame, the MACD is dropping too. So MACD is almost about to be in the zero line, which is the death line in the 18-hour time frame. That is very, very, very bearish because if you look at the 8-hour, guys, I said this last night on the live, but the 8 hour is a very prominent time frame, okay? If you line up the 8-hour time frame with the massive drop, when the 8-hour had a pump and had a massive drop, this is where you're lining it up back with October 2025. Now, keep in mind, guys, October 2025, Bitcoin went from, it pretty much went from 123 all the way down to 101 on a flash crash. I'm not saying that is going to happen, but you had a 20% drop. So if you go from here and look at about 20%, you know, you're looking at about 75, 76, 73K. Again, but that would be playing the downtrend, and that would be from the top. And you can see from the top, we hit, we're going into the zero line, right? So make sure you guys pay attention to the 8-hour time frame and pay attention to the 12-hour time frame. These are very, very prominent time frames, guys, and they will show what the market is going to do. All right, so there's Bitcoin for you guys. I want to try to keep it on Bitcoin because, again, I'm in a 40x short, but I will look at my total crypto market cap once this candle settles here. So the bullish scenario here, and it's not even that bullish, but is the total crypto market cap is still in the channel where Bitcoin's kind of in the channel and Total 3 is broken the channel. So all coins are just done in the short term here, okay? But the total crypto market cap, everything together, Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoin, stablecoin, everything is still in the channel. But if I draw my if I draw my my rejection point from here to here, we can see that the 3-day is about to drop, hit that resistance, and we're ultimately looking, if we break this channel, about 2.33, which would not be good because we'd be breaking the 800 SMA. Okay, so we got a 15-minute close here in the market. Yeah, so I could see this possibly hitting 91.1. Possibility, which would be that top of that channel. But I would say after this 1 hour time frame, we're probably going to continue the drop. Unless we break out. I don't see us breaking out unless New York wants to bring some manipulation in. And we'll have to see if this 4-hour candle finishes red too. That is going to be another thing. Because if the 4-hour candle finishes red, we are obviously going to keep dropping. Now, you can also see, guys, we have our 200 SMA here, okay? Which is a death cross coming up on the 4-hour time frame. All right, so 1 hour overbought, 5 minutes over. Okay, so 15 minutes oversold. But that doesn't really matter because your macro is pushing down. What'll be a good price to enter fresh shorts? Possibly 91. Possibly 91. But I got to see if Bitcoin breaks this channel, because sure, we're saying we're going to drop, right? Because we're in a downtrend. But the reality is we're going to have retraces. There's always going to be retraces in this market. And the manipulation candle wasn't at 8 to 9. The manipulation candle is now 9 to 10. So if you could survive this 30-minute candle, you're going to survive manipulation, okay? So pretty much manipulation does, guys, it manipulates and then it distributes. So we have the manipulation here. Now we got to see if Bitcoin's going to distribute. And based on what I'm seeing on the macro, I would say we manipulate and drop. Or we manipulate up here and drop. There's no way we're breaking back inside of this trend line. I don't see. Of course, anything could happen. But yeah, I was expecting Bitcoin to manipulate up to 91.7 today, and it didn't. So now we're just in this 15-minute downtrend. Yeah, a low rounded bottom. So I would say we're definitely going to try and push up for 91. I wonder where Stacks is going. Let's see. Okay, I got to watch this candle, guys. I will look at some altcoins, but I got to pay attention to Bitcoin right now, because if we are bearish, if we are bearish, I don't trust anything. The market is the market, right? If this broke out all of a sudden and had a big candle, I'm out. I'm out of my short. I'm not messing around. Ultimately, I would have liked to come up to here. but we did break this area right here. So we shouldn't break back inside of the channel, especially with that macro view. Yeah, that would be a volume area on the VWAP for sure. You can see the 1 minute is very, very overbought. So that is a telltale sign that we're probably not going to break the channel. Is anybody still holding their stacks trade, fam? Look at this, guys. 30 cents. It hit our take profit. Look at this. So here's a trade if you guys want to take it. Okay. I told you guys a week ago, I told you guys a week ago that stacks was going to come all the way back down to here. Now we were shorting STX right here. So out of 1,000, you can make $5 grand out of whatever. If you're looking for a short, that is pretty much golden to play out. You want to look at STX, okay, which pretty much is this conversion line. Slack, you're still in the stack short. Crazy, man. Make sure you guys go to beastlimitless.com and post in the win section, guys, because it really motivates me to continue the content. I want to see that stack short. Share your win, all right? Okay, so anyways, Bitcoin. Let's see here. No, stacks. Great short. It is about to break. Where do you short it, though? You would short it. Okay, so at the break of this weekly low here, which is actually a sweep, a short sweep or liquidation, I would call it. This could drop all the way down to 29 and lower. If you're looking at STX, though, it is breaking our equilibrium. So I'd be shorting it around this area right here and setting a stop loss at 32.9. So you would have to manage your leverage, guys. But if you could catch a short on STX, this thing is going all the way down to 23 now. 23 cents on stacks and maybe lower, But that is a huge, huge win of 34%. Okay, so if you're looking at an altcoin that is about to just crash and burn, it is STX, all right? And obviously Bitcoin too, but this is probably my top trade right now based on the fact that you have a huge round to top. And if I'm looking at STX, we're continuing the downtrend here. So I'm telling you guys 23. But what I'm really saying is about 14 to 15 cents, which is pretty much going for this flash liquidity wick, which I thought a lot of altcoins were going to do at the beginning. But with that breakout, I had a new mindset. No, we're going for this wick again. Before anything's bullish, we're going to go for this wick. If that is what we're dealing with, because every wick is going to get caught. What they're going to do, guys, is they're going to go for all the longs down here, and they're going to completely sweep the whole market. All right, so I'm still in my 40x trade, guys. I'm holding it. We did, in fact, break the uptrend here in the 1 minute time frame. This is a monumental shift of money exiting the market. And this is going to be a type of move like the 2021 if Bitcoin doesn't break out. If Bitcoin doesn't break out. If it does, maybe we get some manipulation. But until we break this bottom of the channel, we're looking at 89K. All right. We have 18 minutes left on this hour close, on this 4-hour close, guys. So hope you guys are enjoying the live. I know I'm doing a lot about Bitcoin, but again, no Bitcoin short or long is safe in the New York session. So protect your Yeah, here we go. Protect your capital. Here we go, guys. USDT DOM is going to 10%. I'm saying it right now. USDT Tether DOM is going to 10%. I've said it the other day, but I'm saying it now. Okay. Here's your channel. 10%. Have we ever seen 10% on USDT DOM? No, we have not. So here's the deal. USDT DOM is bouncing off of the 200 SMA on the weekly. We're at the top of the channel and we broke an uptrend. Okay. Top of the channel, guys, we broke an uptrend, looked like it was going to drop. But if you actually redraw your trend line, here's your new trend. And you've got bullish divergence on the daily on USDT DOM. And when I say we're very close to breaking all-time highs on USDT DOM, we're very close, like very, very close. So essentially, guys, if you look at the 3-day time frame right here on Tether DOM, we're oversold on the 3-day, right? We're oversold in the 3-day time frame. And on Bitcoin, we're overbought on the 3-day time frame. So what that essentially means, if you look at the 3-day time frame, guys, the 3-day time frame is lining up bearish on Bitcoin, but Tether DOM is bullish, and you can kind of mark your own judgment on what Tether DOM is going to do to Bitcoin, right? Potential short on Dash. So I would be very careful shorting Dash. I don't know. There's better altcoins to short, like Stacks. Dash has an inverse head and shoulder, and Dash is actually on an uptrend on the moment at the moment. I would not be shorting Dash. I would only be shorting Dash if it breaks 37. I would say Dash is going to bounce off of here. Dash actually broke out of the 1 hour. I would probably be long Dash right here. Right? I would be longing Dash right here, guys. And I would set a stop loss just below this wick at like 67, because now you hit the bottom of the channel on Dash, which is what I wanted it to do. Even along to about $80. Along to about $80 looks really good. Now, if it doesn't play out, don't get mad at me, because I am looking at this bouncing off of the channel and it being completely oversold. If it doesn't play out, it doesn't play out. You lose a bit of money. But honestly, I do not short an uptrend. And this inverse head and shoulder is really freaking me out because we're in an uptrend. If this hypothetically did play the downtrend, the uptrend, you're looking at about 247 on Dash. So for those of you that want to look at where the breakout would be, it'd be about 88. Or actually, no, it would be about right here, 81 to about 88, and then you would skyrocket. Where you guys want to keep an eye on Dash is above this conversion line, and then you're going to pump to about 240. So I'm going to set an alert here and here. And I'm going to go look at XMR, Monero. Monero is faking out. Wow. Monero is faking out, guys. XMR. It back tested the daily channel, and now it is dumping. So we could pretty much see Monero drop down to 474, which is, yeah, 471, 474. But if Monero breaks right here, guys, XMR, and I don't want to be that guy, but I'm going to be that guy. I'm sorry. I follow TA. I don't follow the Kool-Aid. I don't drink the lemonade. I don't know. I just follow my own stuff. Okay. I know everybody thinks Monero is going to go to $1,400, $1,500. Great. Okay. You may bounce off here. You may fake out and you may come back up and hit your 1,000. But if Monero breaks right here at about 446, you're dropping all the way down to 321. And then you could pretty much say we're back in the channel, mark a new high on Monero. And then you're looking at XMR hitting 227. But for the short term, you're looking at about 461. After that, you're looking at about 355. After that, you're looking at about 238. And again, I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion. I like Monero. I think Monero is a good coin, but we're very overbought. And that's the reality. Hit that like button, guys. If you have not hit that like button, let's run up this live. Everybody needs to see this content. I'm breaking down the breaking down of the market. If you guys have not joined beastlimitless.com, guys, join. Okay, it is completely free. All right, guys, beastlimitless.com. It is 1,000% free. Okay, let's go look at Axie Infinity here. AXS, because you're right, AXS was looking really good. We hit the top at about 228. I said 230, 240. We were close. We were very close to the top of that channel. Now it looks like if you're looking right here, it looks like AXS has that bearish dive on the 15-minute time frame. And no altcoin is safe from Bitcoin right now. Nothing is safe. 4 hours still moving up here though. So 4 hours looking pretty good. And daily and 18 hours looking good as well. Weekly is looking good. 3 days looking good. I would say AXS could try and push up to the top here, but with that bearish divergence, I would say AXS could probably come back down to about 126. Solana's getting closer to 100. Yeah, so we are going to... Wow, yeah, look at Sol. Here we go. So here's the downtrend on Solana. We actually never hit it, guys. That is crazy. So on a lot of altcoins, we hit the top of the downtrend or we broke it. On Solana, we never hit our 164, which is when everyone asked, is Solana lagging? Solana is lagging. And now you're going to see Sol come all the way down to 101. 101, and that is your target, Argyle, 101. Well, first about 116, but 101. And if you look at Sol, guys, make sure you look at Bonk, right? Huge fake out. That would have been a nice short on Bonk. Huge fake out on Bonk. You're going to drop all the way down to... If you could look back inside the bearish pennant on Bonk. If you guys could hypothetically find an entry on Bonk and it doesn't break above this fair value gap, you're looking at Bonk dropping about 60%. Probably 101 on Solana, right? But 100, yeah, around 100. But I'm talking the bottom of the channel. Now, here's the thing, guys. Things aren't probably just going to drop in one shot today, or they might. So as this goes sideways, you just are looking lower and lower and lower. And if we go to Solana or Bitcoin, right, Bitcoin breaks this area here. It might drop in one swift drop this week, or it might just drop, pump, drop, and then you're looking at about 88. Whatever the bottom of this channel will be. Now, I will say at the bottom here, Solana's going to have really, really heavy bullish dive because you never hit the top of the channel. Ty Scott, thank you for coming on the live. How you doing, fam? Look at Solana BTC pair. Okay. Yeah, Solana BTC looks really rough. So... yeah, you're about to really dump in the market, guys. Like, I'm talking really, really dump. Every time BTC pumps, I'm adding to my short. Again, guys, I'm on a 40x short, right? So here's my play in the market, guys. I may go live today if Bitcoin breaks this. I'm not sure. But my play in the market is watch for a bounce right here. If we get no bounce at about 88.9 and we keep dumping, we're coming down to 80K and, well, about 68, 70K. Harry, how about near? I think it's almost the bottom. I'll be honest with you. Everything has just completely topped out. And I mean, we haven't even dropped yet. We have not even dropped yet. If you're looking at near protocol, The bottom is probably going to be 96 cents to $1 and even possibly 42 cents. We just back tested the 2021 trend on near. Guys, this is like the opportunity to make, you guys have an opportunity to make 100 grand if you just hold a trade. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. You make a bit of money, but you have the opportunity to make 100 grand off of a couple $1,000s. I am not kidding. This is life-changing wealth, guys. Okay. And I'll kind of show you what I mean when I show you my Bitcoin short. So here you guys could see near broke this area right here. Near broke this area right here, guys. And you're looking at this dropping all the way down to about 94, the break of trend. But if it back tested the break of trend, that means near protocol could pretty much sell off to about 40 cents, which is crazy. Can I look at XDC for sure? So XDC is playing the downtrend, which is about 0.35. You broke it. You broke every single support here in XDC. The top on XDC in the shorter term should be about 3.5. But the funny thing on XDC, or maybe not funny if you're an XDC holder, well, so you're just breaking the conversion line on XDC, which means that as long as you don't break back above this conversion line, XDC could drop all the way to about 1.9. In the shorter term, though, you're looking at about 2.9. And with that being said, I want to look at XRP. Okay, guys, so XRP is about to break. Let's do the same song and dance we did here on XRP. Okay, hit the top. We're looking for that sideways channel right here. So again, I could see XRP come down all the way to about 146, which would be chasing that wick. But if XRP breaks this area right here, that is not good at all. Okay, we got a 4-hour close, guys, coming up. The manipulation candle should be done in New York. I don't like the 5-minute complete, the 15-minute completely oversold. But again, the top of the resistance here is 91. Four-hour MACD is still in the zero line, or about is getting into the zero line. So we're probably going to play out that downtrend. It looks like New York is going for that top of the downtrend here, which would be right here. Manipulation candle being over in New York. What I mean by that is we manipulated. into New York already. We hit a low and now we're coming back up. VI peoples, how you doing, fam? AXS looks like it wants to rip up. Yeah, it could go for 240 again, right? You got to keep in mind this 4-hour candle, though. 1 minute's overbought. Bearish dive. 5 minutes almost overbought. So it looks like we could range a bit, possibly, in this downtrend. Make sure you guys pay attention to this, though. If it breaks 91.15 and starts pumping, this is breaking out. It doesn't matter how bearish I think the market is. We'll figure it out later in the Tokyo or in the London session. Remember today, guys, we have a London session at 1 a.m. if it breaks out. If it doesn't, it is going to continue back down to the bottom. Okay? So make sure you guys are aware of that into the close of the 18-hour. But as of right now, we're in a downtrend. I do see us hitting the top, though. Ultimately, as long as Bitcoin is below this trend line at 91.7, we are good. Okay? So I'm going to leave the live there, guys, because it looks like we're probably going to range a bit. We'll probably continue to drop, but I can see New York just ranging after that manipulation to the downside, playing out to the top of the channel, continuing back down, or possibly ranging throughout the day between 91.7 and 90K. Because now this is your area of volume. That is another possibility too. Okay? But as long as we're low right here or below this downtrend fair value gap, we're good. It is going to be very tough to break out because if you look at all your macro timeframes, we're absolutely dumping. And if you look at your daily, guys, the MACD just did cross on the daily, okay? So we do have a live for 1 a.m. New York session, guys. CST London, 1 a.m. tonight. No Tokyo live. Hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed day. Post your wins. See you guys in the market. Set your stop loss and profit. Protect, 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 protect your capital. Shout out to all the new people in the live. I appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys for 1 a.m. CST in London. And tomorrow, New York, 9 a.m. CST. And then ultimately, CME gap still sitting at 88.1. Yep. Best believe it. What's my most bearish alt that you think if it plays out would make the most? XDC. If I'm bearish on an altcoin, it is XDC, because if you look at XDC on the actual spot chart, not the MEXC perpetual chart, a chart like KuCoin, XDC can dump all the way down to 0.28 and ultimately down to 0.81, whatever I just said, 0.18, which means that's a 40x win, a 400x win if you're doing leverage. So XDC would be my top. And then for fun, let's just look at XCN here. if XCN breaks this conversion line, guys, we're going to have 100% drop. Almost 100%. So you're looking at about 0.006 down to here. Set your stop loss at or your alert at 0.06316. And then you're going to see XCN crash and burn after. Okay. Hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you tonight, London.